Oh man. So I was in Las Vegas, and it was a good week. Xfinity Series silly season is heating up with more moves expected in the near future, and the color pink is about to become a pretty big deal. My name is Michael Carey, and welcome to this week's rundown. Denny Hamlin punched his ticket to the round of 8 with a major win in Las Vegas. Josh Berry made an absolute dominant statement in that #1 car for Junior Motorsports. And how about Christian Eckes getting his first career Truck Series win in the desert? It was an action-packed weekend in Las Vegas, but off the track, a major silly season domino has fallen in the Xfinity Series. The Joe Gibbs Racing Xfinity program will have a drastically different look heading into 2022, with now 2 drivers confirming that they will find a new home after this season. In the Xfinity Series, Daniel Hamrick will move back to the Chevrolet camp, joining Kaulig Racing in the flagship #11 Camaro starting in 2022. Now, the growth of Kaulig Racing has been nothing short of substantial, especially over the last 3 years. But the signing of Hamrick is a little puzzling to me. When Hamrick joined JGR, I was pretty sold on the concrete belief that this would be the time he would finally break out, finally start winning races, and become a much more of a dominant name in the series. But that hasn't happened. Now, statistically speaking, he's nearly on par with his 2018 season with RCR in the series, which has been undoubtedly his best performance in Xfinity amid the last 4 seasons of competition. But when will it be the time? Daniel has been a member of the NASCAR National Touring Series since 2013 when he was racing trucks with Eddie Sharp. Then in 2017, he hopped into the Xfinity Series with RCR, and he made the Championship 4 in 2017 and 18, later moving to the Cup Series in 2019. After 1 season in Cup, he moved to Xfinity with Junior Motorsports, and then found a home at Joe Gibbs Racing. During all that time, 38 Cup starts, 114 Xfinity starts, and 50 truck starts. Not a single win to his name. So what's the issue? Personally, I think it's a continuity issue. Building chemistry as a team, it's complicated to do in just a single season. It takes multiple seasons to really mesh with the car, your crew chief, your team. It doesn't happen overnight. Since 2019, Daniel has had a different organization or a different series in every succeeding year since. And look, sometimes a brand new team or series, it's what a driver needs to thrive. I mean, look at Brad Keselowski, Joey Logano, heck, even Kyle Busch. And this is probably the same reason why Daniel Suarez hasn't maybe reached those expectations or what's expected out of a Xfinity Series champion. He's been in the same situation. He went from Joe Gibbs Racing to Stewart Haas to Gaunt Brothers and then to Trackhouse. There's no continuity. A driver needs that continuity to really start to thrive and to succeed. Too much movement can really stunt the growth of a driver both on and off the racetrack. Kaulig could be his best shot at his first career National Series win, but I'm pretty sure people said the same thing about Joe Gibbs Racing and Junior Motorsports. Now, don't get me wrong. I think Hamrick is a talented driver. Don't let that get lost in this monologue. But a driver can only get so many second chances. Back in July, NASCAR made a rather curious and oddly timed rule change dictating that the color of the window net must stay black. However, they added in, unless authorized by NASCAR, the color could change. Of course, this sent the NASCAR design community into a whirlwind of concepts and questions, trying to figure out how a colored window net would look with both old, current, and future paint schemes. Well, the first example of this new rule change, and likely the reason why the rule was changed to begin with, was revealed this week as 2004 Cup champion Kurt Busch will race a pink window net as part of his Windows for Hope campaign in recognition of Breast Cancer Awareness Month. It was 2019 when a young fan named Mason Bradley sent Kurt a letter suggesting the idea of a pink window net to support those with the disease. The story stemmed from Mason's mother, Stephanie, who fought breast cancer and is currently in remission. For those who follow me on social media long enough, you'll understand my deep appreciation and fascination with NASCAR design and just paint scheme history and number placement, and everything related to NASCAR design has always been something that I've just been so fascinated. The added addition of colored window nets can, I think, really change the way we might see future paint schemes in NASCAR, especially with next gen on the way. With the first example being tied to cancer awareness, we might see other forms of cancer awareness come into NASCAR with colored window nets in the near future. While I don't foresee this becoming a weekly thing amongst certain teams, the possibility is there for some special one-offs, including maybe even the playoff drivers for 2022. Instead of just a yellow spoiler and a yellow windshield banner, why not a window net? It was announced a while back, but Corey LaJoie's Kickball Classic in North Carolina is just 1 week away. And based on what LaJoie's been teasing and talking about, it's sure to be a memorable day for fans and drivers alike. I had the chance to talk with Corey a couple weeks ago about the Kickball Classic, and he shared some details on what fans and drivers can expect on the diamond. You're hosting a celebrity kickball tournament of sorts. Most drivers play golf on an almost weekly basis, and here you are playing kickball. I mean, where did this love for it even start?
I mean, I think it all starts on the pitch when you're in, sixth grade out there rolling the ball around in PE class with your buddies. But there was a group of us there, Cliff Daniels, a couple guys that work as engineers in the sport. We all had a kickball team, a co-ed kickball team in a league in Huntersville for like 5 years, and we were pretty dominant. So we got the competition itch scratched out there quite often on every Wednesday night in the spring and the fall. And now that I've got a little bit of a platform, being a cup driver, I want to do some sort of fundraiser. Some guys do golf tournaments. Some guys, Austin Dillon did a 3-on-3 basketball tournament a couple years ago, and I don't think there's ever been a kickball tournament style fundraiser done that I know about. That Jeff Gordon did one in Knoxville, but I think that was just celebrities only. This is a little bit different to where we're selling teams, and then every team is going to get a celebrity cap, and then we're going to play a celebrity game at the end with some concerts. So it's got its own unique little spin on it, but it's certainly going to be a fun event here October 6th.
Corey, walk me through how the Kickball Classic, where did the idea come from? How long did it take you? Walk me through the entire process.
So it really just came from kind of networking and getting some connections within Kannapolis. And, I'm a huge minor league fan. And obviously once they moved the Intimidators over to right in downtown Kannapolis with that new stadium, the Atrium Health Ballpark, I've always was kind of intrigued with the new branding of the Cannonballers and all the stuff that come along with it. So I went over there for a couple of board meetings. I don't know how I kind of got involved. My dad drugged me over there and started having some conversations, and one thing kind of led to another, and the snowball started rolling, and we got linked up with the Kannapolis YMCA is kind of like the champion of the event, where all the proceeds are going to go to the YMCA as well as Samaritan's Feet. But those guys are taking a lot of the role and responsibilities of organization, and they also have it in with the town and the city of Kannapolis. So it took all the pieces and parts to get this thing moving, but now it's starting to take a little shape. It's really cool to see.
You've worked with Samaritan's Feet before. I recall they were on, I believe they were on the back of a cup car before, when you were running a sock donation drive, I believe. Was I correct?
No, so I waived a month worth of pay to put Samaritan's Feet on the entire car. And Samaritan's Feet provides shoes for children and adults worldwide. They've donated over 9 million pairs of shoes since I think 2008 or so. So they do the Lord's work all over the world. So it's been fun trying to figure out different ways to get their mission out there. And a kickball thing, as much as I love kickball, it obviously kind of coincides with their mission of just raising awareness for, the billions of people. I think it's 1.5 billion people in the world don't have adequate footwear, where, you know, us here in the United States take for granted being able just to order some on Amazon and then have them show up to your house the next day. So just to raise some awareness for that and get people, excited about raising money or raising shoes and just having some fun out on a really cool facility right there in downtown Kannapolis the week of the Roval. So some fans will be in town, and hopefully we can capture some of those people looking for something to do on a Wednesday night.
Well, you're certainly going to raise awareness with the lineup you have. You have Bubba Wallace coming, the Bush brothers, Daniel Suarez, Ty Gibbs. I mean, how did you convince all of these drivers to come out for a game of kickball?
Well, man, we're as much as we are competitors, we are, friends, and we support each other in different ventures, especially when you can make an event fun and you can, make it worth Bubba's time, and you can make it worth Joey's time to, Joey's even getting a team, and there's, 5 or 6 guys that are playing as well as having their own team. Denny Hamlin's one. So when those guys can, get a write-off, also support a good cause, right, and come out and sign some autographs and engage with fans, it means a lot. Those guys would, take an afternoon out of their day and come have some fun, because I know I would return the favor if they asked me to do something. So it's nice to be able to have some favors to cash in when you need it.
And some loose ends to tie up before Talladega. NASCAR 21 Ignition, the latest installment in the NASCAR video game sector, will serve as the primary sponsor for BJ McLeod and Team Live Fast at Talladega this weekend. In case you missed it, NASCAR 21 has joined the TobyChristie.com family as the brand new presenting sponsor of the website. Circle B Diecast is bringing the sponsorship to not one, but 2 different drivers for the Talladega race weekend. Ryan Truex and Blaine Perkins will both sport Circle B Blue for Saturday's doubleheader in Alabama. The paint scheme came from Tanner Witt of the Truex Management Group, who actually took inspiration from Mark Martin's Eagle One colors and some rally cars to help bring this sharp design to life. Justin Allgaier will once again hop back behind the wheel of the Spire Motorsports number 77 Camaro this weekend at Talladega. He previously made a start with Spire at Pocono earlier this year, finishing 25th. And GMS Racing will have a special announcement regarding their 2022 driver lineup on Friday at Talladega, with GMS Racing President Mike Beam expected to attend. The announcement is set to take place at the freight auction stage in the fan zone. Now, I've asked around a little bit, and sources have confirmed to me that the expected driver to be announced for GMS Racing will be... That's going to wrap it up for this week's rundown. I sincerely hope you enjoyed today's episode. If you did, consider subscribing. If you subscribe, I plan to mud wrestle this week in Talladega on the Boulevard. Fun fact, I actually used to wrestle as an 8-year-old. Yep. All 44 pounds of me. Don't forget to paint your side skirts and spoilers. I'll see you on the next one. Thank you so much for tuning in to today's episode of The Rundown. If you really enjoyed what you saw, be sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel and keep your eyes on TobyChristie.com for the latest news, rumors, and exclusive content from inside the NASCAR garage.